Hi guys, welcome to another live session. This is our second. If you're hearing me properly, give me a hi, hello, how are you Prateek, so I can see you on the chat. Also tell me, what have you been thinking about the videos we've been uploading for the last few weeks? We are trying to push out 3 videos or 4 videos every week. Tell me what you think about it. Anyway, this time we're going to talk about the week ahead, and I'm simply going to look at Nifty. We'll look at 3 or 4 indices. So we look at pharma, we look at auto, we look at FMCG, we look at IT, and see what the price action tells us on the charts. And finally, hi Naveen D, good to see you, man. I'm finally going to take the stocks and companies or any other questions you have about the markets ahead, and we'll just talk about it over here. I'll try to keep these live sessions super tight and crisp so they're not too long and you get all the information you actually need. Cool. If anyone has any questions, please put it in the chat and let's begin. Give me a hi so we can begin. So I have a chart over here. The first thing that I thought that was interesting is GDP numbers were out. Let me draw it over here. GDP numbers were what? 13.2% growth, right? This is what was real, right? This is what was announced. However, the expectation was 15 point something percent was the expectation. So the next time you hear something like, oh, the GDP growth is 15% and that's fantastic. Don't think like that, because what matters is what were people expecting and what actually happened. So in this case, it was a disappointment. Anyway, markets, I guess, did react. We did see some bearishness last week. Anyway, let's see what the charts show us. So I'm going to show you what Nifty has in store over here. So let me open up the chart, and we can see over here that we have Nifty monthly chart open, guys. I can see Manmohan, Raj, Ritesh, Himanshu, Tushar. Please put in your questions, okay? I will look in your chat and respond as well. So follow the price action with me very simply, okay? If we start from 2020, where we see that massive fall, you'll see the market went up, continued to move up, and there was this crazy rally, right? And then right about here, around October, November, December, the market started going sideways. And after that, the market just didn't move. So 2022, markets actually didn't move a lot. We were in a range of what, 18,000 and this lower range of like 15,400. But recently, last month, something interesting happened. We see this huge bearish engulfing bar. Can you see this, guys? This bearish engulfing bar. Here it is, right? This bar is basically engulfing the fall of the last 2 months. That's May's and June's fall. So July that way was very bullish. I want everyone in the chat to write bullish engulfing July, right? This is basically telling us buyers are coming in. Remember, this is a monthly chart, that too Nifty. Then you'll also notice the next month, that is August, was also bullish. Now, traditional technical analysis basically tells us something very simple. And that is that when we have this consolidation type move over here, we are waiting for a breakout, okay? And that breakout seems to have happened. Traditionally, the market comes down to that breakout point and then moves up. So classical price action basically says move up, pause, move up again, and that's what we're seeing here in Nifty 50. So Nifty 50 is actually bullish on the monthly charts, although we started off a little weak. So I can see Abhishek, Tushar, Sajdev, Swati Sharma. Okay, everyone wrote bullish engulfing, very nice. Let's see what else we have. You notice that the market actually gapped down, came near the support, and now it seems like we'll actually move upward. So this is a bullish month ahead or weeks ahead. So that's what Nifty looks like. Do you guys want me to look at any other, who's that? Daksh. Hey Daksh, what's up? Let's see if we can see some other charts, okay? So how about we look at Bank Nifty and see what's happening there, Bank Nifty. So basically, we're expecting next week Nifty to be just continuously bullish, right? Now let's see what we have here. Oh, Bank Nifty is interesting. I'll move back to the monthly chart once, and we'll see that okay, again, it's the exact same pattern, right? So there was a bullish breakout, market went up, and we just expect it to be continuously bullish, right? You open the weekly chart, see the same thing. You expect the market to break out at some point. What was I expecting? I'll be honest, okay? I was hoping the market would crash because I have all these stocks I want to buy for the long term, which are like just at a higher end right now. And I was just hoping the market would crash, but it just seems like the market is continuously bullish. So it seems like that'll continue for a while. I'll be super happy if the market falls because I'll see it as a buying opportunity for a long term, but the market just doesn't care about what we want, I guess. Anyway, so Bank Nifty also seems sideways to bullish the week ahead. Let's see some indices. Okay, so I'll CNX. I'll go to indices. Let's go one on one. The best is IT. Okay, actually, there's one thing I wanted to show you. Do you all know what price to earnings ratio is? If you do, just type yes, I understand PE ratio in the chat below. Say yes, I understand PE ratio. So I just know how much of you don't. If you don't understand, say I don't understand PE ratio. Tushar, I'll answer your question in a while. Natesh, I answered Bank Nifty. I hope that was useful. Swati Sharma says pharma. Yes, we look at pharma. So let's look at CNX IT. But what I wanted to tell you about price to earnings, right? So, okay. Valuations in the market are usually connected to how much premium you're paying over earnings, okay? And one way to calculate that is price to earnings. Is price to earnings the best way to calculate valuations? Absolutely not, but it's one of the ways. So let's just use it as a tool today, and I'll open. So I can see Jay saying, yes, I understand. Naveen saying, yes, I understand. Natesh said, thank you, no problem. Ritesh said, thank you, no problem. Jigar says, I don't care about PE. Love that answer too, Jigar. But थोड़ा मेरी बात सुन लो, कुछ interesting बताता हूँ आपको मैं. This is the PE ratio of Nifty. मतलब top 50 stocks का PE ratio का average है ये. And I think that's very interesting. Look at the blue line. Okay, this is for everyone trying to understand, is the market expensive or cheap? ठीक है? Look at the blue line. The blue line is telling us whether the market is expensive or cheap only through the lens of PE ratio, okay? It's not the best way to understand valuations, but it's one of the ways. So you look at 2009, okay, that crazy crash that happened in 2008. You see the lowest the PE ratio went to was 10.68, okay? And then the highest it went to is 25. And we kept going in this sideways between 25, 15, 25, 15. Now simply put, if you're buying the market when it's average price. So you can see there is a median PE. Median means average. For the last, 1999 to now, 22 years. The average is 20. Right now, we're at 20.9. So we're actually fairly priced. So if Indian top 50 companies are growing well, then to this will go up. The valuation will go up, which means price will go up. If there is no growth, if you think कि growth नहीं होगा, then this is going to actually come down. So yeah, I think this will actually go up. I think price will actually go up from here. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But if this was useful, just type useful. So next time I'll include something better on valuations as well, apart from just technical analysis. So just say P ratio is useful. I'll try to add more stuff like this next time. Anyway, let's go back to technicals. And let's look at IT. IT is very simple. I'll open the monthly chart. None of you are also typing in chat. Can you please type something so I know you're listening to me? Otherwise, I'll get bored and I'll end the live, which is not a good thing. So let's look at IT. Very simple way to look at IT, okay? You see the blue line. The blue line is a simple 50-day moving average. It's 50, right? Yeah, it's a 50-day moving average. Whenever IT comes near that, it becomes fairly priced and then it moves up. Very simple. We are very close to it right now. If IT moves down just a little bit, it's a great place for people to enter. So I personally feel technical analysis wise also, IT will fall a little bit. So if I look at the weekly charts, I think that, okay, there. Yeah, so basically lower swing highs are coming. I think it will break down next week or at least in the next 2 weeks, and we'll fall a little bit, and then you'll get some hammers and then we'll move up. So ये जो नीचे आने का ऊपर आने का story है, this could be 2 to 6 weeks long, who knows. So that's what I think about IT. Let's look at some other index, and I'm just listening. Okay, certainly useful, says Natesh. Bro, do you use Elliott wave, says Jigar. I don't use Elliott wave. I don't understand Elliott wave. I think it's super complicated. But thanks for asking that question. Thanks, Tushar. P is useful. Thanks, Ritesh. IT sector will come down, says Jigar. Thanks for the summary. US role in IT, says Ritesh. I can cover that in a different video. But yeah, US is a super important part of this, right? So let's see CNX. If you have any other questions, please put it in the chat. Let's see what else we have. Okay, let's do FMCG, okay? We have to do FMCG, okay. Cool, pretty simple. You see that blue line moving through, you come near it, FMCG usually bounces back from that area. And that's exactly what happened. We touched it around 2nd of March wala week, and then it moved up wala month, and then it moved up. So yeah, FMCG not the best time to enter if you're an investor, I guess. But I think thoda sa aur FMCG upar jayega next week, and then it'll eventually have to come down and touch that blue line at some point. So nothing interesting happening in FMCG. और क्या उठाएं यार? कुछ idea दो chat में. What should I pick next? I'll pick auto, okay. And I'll also read your comments. So I see Tushar says IT is falling due to NASDAQ is falling. Am I correct? Okay, so Tushar, that's true. Basically, IT sector is a long-term B2B sector, right? Where US companies have 5-year, 10-year contracts with IT companies. So if the buying power reduces, of course, it affects IT a little bit. So yes, it does affect it a little bit, but I don't think that's the reason why IT itself is falling. It could be one of the reasons. Why Trident share rose after 2 or 3 p.m.? यार ये तो बहुत specific है तुषार, but I'll answer it in the end. Media sector में कुछ, I'll check it out. Bro, Lupin is trading at monthly 200 exponential moving average. I think it's the best risk-reward ratio. What do you say? We'll also check out Lupin. Of course, I won't be giving any recommendations, but we just do an analysis. So let's look at auto. Auto, technically speaking, looks great, man. I think it fell below that moving average over here, and then it's moved up. I think it'll just continue to move up. So auto looks super bullish, actually. Let's see the weekly chart. Yeah, I think yeah, that's a very nice breakout after a long sideways. 1 year ka sideways ke baad breakout is really nice. So let's see what happens. किसने media बोला था ना? CNX media, right? Media, okay, wow, this is damn boring. Media is just sideways. No opinion on media, kuch nahi ho raha hai. All right, let's see some specific stocks. Of course, this is going to be for fun, not... I also want to say this, right? Oh, why didn't I... Okay, PD light. I also want to say this, right? My analysis is probably not great. If I was a great person in analyzing the future, I would probably be richer than Warren Buffett. So let's just think of this as friends sharing ideas and notes. Obviously, I'm not very smart to tell you what's going to happen in the future, but let's just have some fun, okay? So Pidilite, dude, what do I say about Pidilite? Like, if it comes down, just like, it's just a great, one of the stocks to hold over a long time. I mean, it's on the upsurge right now. So what do you want me to say? PSUs, you have to tell me a specific company. Widely sectoral, look at some strategic like Nifty 200. Yeah, Subhadip, we can do that. We can look at Nifty 200. There's nothing strategic about Nifty 200, to be honest. CNX 200, right? But that's fine. So same thing, who asked about CNX 200? I forgot his name. Subhadip Nandi. So same thing, Subhadip. It looks exactly like Nifty 50. It's a breakout and it'll come down, it'll move up. It's exactly like Nifty, technically speaking. Adani Wilmar. Tum log kaise ho na? The moment I'm talking about sector, everyone's shant and saying nice things. The moment I open stocks, they're like, nahi, mera stock pick karo. But okay, let's do Adani Wilmar, says Purav. Ye Adani Wilmar to abhi nahi list hua tha. Okay, let's see. Dude, if there's no data, there's nothing to analyze, okay? मैं इसमें क्या analyze करूँ यार? 4 तो बाहर है इसमें. I'm sorry, I have no opinion on this because data is very low, dude, and technical analysts can't really do anything. Are we still live, guys? Just give me a thumbs up if you're continuously live. I'll just continue. Cool. Someone asked about Zomato. I've suddenly lost the chat, but the question was around Zomato. I can just open up the chart and see what we have here. And I'll read your question after some time. So Okay, dude, Zomato is just down and it's just falling. So technically, you should not touch it. You should not touch it. My chat is back. Let me read the question by Raj Vishwara. Okay, are we really ignoring the potential of the amount of data that Zomato today and the importance in the B2B sector, asks Raj. He also says, I'm personally betting on the data that Zomato has. Your thoughts? No, Raj, love it. Love your way of thinking. The way that the market is thinking right now is that until Zomato proves to become a profitable venture that is actually growing over a period of time, investors will not push the price up by buying over a long term, okay? Could this be a fantastic story of the future? Of course. From your perspective, I would say, if you have 100 rupees to invest, right, don't invest more than 3 or 4 rupees in Zomato. What I'm saying is, Zomato shouldn't be more than 2, 3, maybe 4% of your entire portfolio's exposure. If you could have it slightly less as well. See, there's nothing wrong in owning these really old, boring companies which have been compounding, like, you know the names, right? Britannia, Pidilite. Do your research, but there's nothing wrong in owning those old companies. So, yeah, I love Zomato's UI. I love the company, what it's doing, but the market doesn't seem to think so. Hope I answered your question. Thoughts on small caps and mid caps? Stay away, Ronak. Are you talking about investing? Stick to Nifty 50, Nifty 100. There's nothing wrong in staying with old, boring companies, right? My dad used to say, there are old pilots and there are bold pilots, but there are no old, bold pilots, which means आपने ज़्यादा जिगर से ज़्यादा risk ले लिया. If you take too much risk, you may not be there, you may not be alive. So you don't want to take crazy risk with small cap and mid cap because you think you'll earn more, right? There's nothing wrong in being boring. Can you type it in chat? Nothing wrong in being boring and selecting the same 10, 20 companies which have been compounding over a long period of time. Can you write that? And you can set aside a small portion of your capital for fun, which you can, figure out with small caps, etc. Don't make that your main thing. Oil stocks, how about pharma sector? Raj has experienced the Supreme Trust, okay. Check HBL in monthly, okay. HBL, let's check that out. HBL written by Satya. Sorry, HBL. Do you mean HBL Power? I hope you meant HBL Power. Nothing wrong with boring. Thanks, Ritesh, for typing that. HBL Power Systems. Ooh. Okay. This is a sideways stock, okay? This is nothing else. It's just doing this. It's just sideways. So there's nothing else. Any other question, guys? I'm going to stop the feed now. If you have any other questions, please let me know. What do you want me to include in these live sessions? Please tell me so that we can add that. And yeah, maybe next time we can do that. So I'll just wait a minute or so, ask your questions, ask me or tell me what you want us to cover. And can we do a round of applause for everyone in the office right now, staying back to make this beautiful set and all of this? Can you all clap for us, guys? Very nice. Thank you so much. Let's read the questions. Rupesh, what is the outlook of FI? Will they stay in the long-term position or start selling? And I have to take Tushar's trident as well. I'll do that. What's the outlook of FIIs? So, see, your job is not to predict what FIIs will do. Your job is to follow the trend. The trend is up. Khatam. Have a stop loss saying, okay, at this point, the market will, if it reverses, it's a downtrend and I'm out. That's it. So, don't try to predict what FIIs will do. Who knows, yaar? A guy may scratch his butt, get up, say, India nahi pasand, then sell 1,000 crores. We can't predict that, right? So let's ignore that. Next question, reviews of strategies. I don't know what you mean, but if you're trying to learn a strategy, make sure it's back tested. बहुत गंदे लोग हैं market में which try to sell strategies, do nonsense. Just stay away. You need a back test. Trident. अच्छा बाबा तुषार जी आपका trident हम अभी खोल लेते हैं. Tushar sir asked trident like 5 times. Can we do round of applause for Tushar in the chat, please? इसने 5 बारी पूछा मेरे से. And the question was, let's see the daily, okay. Wow. Okay, I see what you're saying. So there was an up move. I'll open the hourly chart. Okay, now, so here's a very good question, okay, guys. The question that Tushar, I think, is asking is the market Wow. The market is moving sideways over here. And in the last 1 hour, the market goes up. There's something very interesting all of us are going to learn today. Look at this chart. You can see the market went up altogether. Who can tell me why this happened? I'm going to spend 5 seconds. I'm going to count 5 seconds. You're going to tell me why did this happen and how I could predict this the next time it'll happen. Just type one word. I'll wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you wrote your answer, why this happened. The answer is, it doesn't matter and no one knows. Stop trying to figure out why something is happening in the market. It could possibly completely random. And you don't need to know why something is happening. All you need to do is, if you're an investor, have 15 or 20 stocks which you can hold for a long time, good stocks. Have a stop loss, a long-term stop loss that you can keep exiting and hold on to the good ones. If you're a trader, learn a system which is back-tested and trade that system forever. Why something happens is none of my business or none of your business. I hope that helped, Tushar, and shift your mindset to a system mentality versus, yaar ye aisa kyun hua, let me figure it out. It's not worth it, and it'll save you a lot of time, bhai, okay? Tushar OP. सर हॉरर फिल्म का स्टूडियो जैसा लग रहा है. अरे यार जिगर, ऐसे तो हर बार आके यही बोलता है, नहीं लग रहा हॉरर स्टूडियो, कितना सुंदर लग रहा है यार. Smart money came in. Okay, Naveen, interesting, must be positive news. Don't know, says Tushar. Big fan, sir. Hi, Pranchal. I'm a big fan of you too. What's up? How's Rohit doing? Dhaval, can you please check S. Chand? Okay, S. Chand. I can check out S. Chand. Sometimes I make jokes only some people can understand. Okay, so S. Chand, that's a beautiful uptrend. So guys, S. Chand on a monthly chart is on a downtrend. I think they posted some profitable news also, that they made a profit, but it's a downtrend. I would just stay away from it, guys. I don't think it's anything interesting. How to screen for stocks at price? Great, guys. Can you put in the comments below how I can help you in our next session? We'll do it again on Friday. I hope this is useful. If this is good, can you give me a 10 on 10 in the comments? And don't forget to subscribe.